morning, everybody. I am so excited to talk about today's video, vlog, as they say, and it's all around meditation and mindfulness and the distinction between mindfulness and meditation, because there is a distinction between the two. And you'll learn and see some of the tools that I write about in my blog by clicking the link below and reading some of my story and how I practice mindfulness and how I practice my meditation practice. Today I'm going to talk about some things I don't talk about in my blog so I can provide you some additional value. And it really has to do with my daily routine, my daily practices in my life. And I'm going to walk through some of those things right now. And this is my practice that I've developed and created. I've taken from some of the masters that are out there. I've read and researched a lot from people like Tony Robbins and Oprah, Mark Zuckerberg, Phil Jackson, some of the greats that practice mindfulness and meditation and what they do. And I practice it and see if I like it, and I sometimes incorporate those things and those tools into my daily practices. So my morning consists of this practice. I wake up, I make my bed right away. So as soon as my feet hit the floor, I make my bed. It's a practice for me. It's a positive mindset training that I'm going through. I'm training my mind to be good at life by saying I'm going to do it and doing what I say I'm going to do. So that's like a completing a task that you say you're going to do, is being committed to your word, and that's a practice of mindfulness, and it's also a practice at getting good at training your mind to be good at completing tasks. And that will translate throughout the rest of your day because you're starting your day off on the right foot. So I do that, I get washed up, I get dressed in a suit and tie every single day, and that's because it's the same thing as making the bed. I say I'm going to get dressed in excellence, and I do. And it's just it's a mindset training that I have. And it's about feeling good by completing tasks of things you say you're going to complete. Then I drop off the kids. I get to the office by 7:45, 8 a.m. every single day. I come into the office and I start my practice of meditation and mindfulness. And I'll sit on the couch that I have in my office, and I put on Pandora, and I'll put on some healing sounds, and I'll start by something Tony Robbins talks about in his morning of miracles practice that he has, which is a breathing technique, which I'll do for you here in a second, which has to do with your hands going up and you're breathing out, and you're doing 10 reps of that, and your eyes are closed, and what it's doing is activating your parasympathetic nervous system to get you into a state of relaxation and to a state that allows you to get into a meditational state much quicker. So I do 10 of those, and then I breathe in through 3 reps, in, out, in, out, in, out, and I'll do 10 more, and I'll do the breathing, and then I'll do another set of 10 breathing exercises where I'm pushing out the oxygen from my lungs. And after I've done 3 sets of that, I go right into gratitude. So what does that mean? That means I start to bring to mind things I'm grateful for. And every day it's different, but most days it's simple things like the smile on my kid's face. And I bring to mind my children's smile, and I think about what it feels like for me. And I actually have the emotional response in my body, and the synapses of the emotions are pouring into my body, and I'm feeling grateful that I can see a smile on my son's face, or both sons' faces. Grateful for my wife and all she does and our relationship that we have with each other. Grateful for how close my office is to my house, and how close the kids are, and how easy my life has become because I've set myself up that way. Grateful for the air that I breathe, being alive. Simple things, right, that aren't so simple, but being grateful. So I go through typically 3 minimum things I'm grateful for. After that, I'll go into not a state of healing myself like others have talked about in some of their videos, like Tony Robbins talks about healing his body. I don't really heal my body, but I start to set up my mind to create emotions that are positive emotions that I want to have in my life. Love, peace, joy, and abundance. So I'll start with peace, love, joy, and abundance. That's the order I have to be going. And I think about love and what love means to me, and I'll feel the emotional response of love in my body, and I fill myself up with love. And I will go through my whole body. I want to fill up my whole energy source with love and what does love feel like, and just fill myself up with that love and the emotional response of love. And then peace, and then joy, and then abundance. And I go through those things and what those things mean to me in my life. After I've done that, I will, now that I'm set and I'm primed and I've practiced, I've trained my mind to be good at accessing peace, love, joy, and abundance, then I will start to bring to mind my family, my friends, my cousins, I mean, everyone I know, my employees, my distributors, my members, my clients, every single person I know in this planet, eventually, is how I do it. And I actually think about them. And I imagine myself giving my energy to them, this peace, this love, this joy, and abundance, and giving them my love, and giving them my peace, and giving them my joy and my abundance. And I think about them. Sometimes I just think about my family, and I just imagine us all in a room together and all feeling this peace, love, joy, and abundance together. And sometimes I will think of specific distributors, or sometimes I'll think of specific employees and give them that energy. And I'll try to go through everyone I know. And I don't always get every single person I know, that's a lot of people, but I will really bring to mind that category of people in my life and just send out that energy. After that comes one of my favorite parts, which is intentional thought around what I want to create in my life. And I'll typically go through certain categories in my life, and I have them written out here, and I'll just read through what they are. I'll think about health, body, and fitness. What do I want to create in my life in health, body, and fitness? And I'll typically write out in health, body, fitness, business, career, finance, family, personal relationships, spiritual and personal growth, leisure, recreation, community service, and enrollment. And enrollment I can explain later. But this document represents to me all the things on January 1st of 2017 that I want to create in my life in all those categories, and I write them out. And I will meditate on this, and this is what I'll write it out, and then once a month I will align my meditational practice with my written practice to see if I'm living up to my desires that I feel during the meditational or mindful practice that I have every morning. So in this last stage of the practice that I have in the morning, I'll go through each of these categories in my mind and start to envision what I want to create in my life. What do I really desire? And then after I finish going through all those categories in my mind, and sometimes I don't hit every category, but sometimes I do health, and I'll do career and finance and family relationship and community and service, and I skip leisure, I'll skip spiritual growth. But for the most part, I'll go through every single one of these categories. And after that, and this is all in meditation, right? This is all my eyes closed, listening to music, going through what does it feel like to have the body that I want, and why do I want to have that? It's because I want to live a long life so my family, friends, and world can receive from me as long as possible. That's why I want to be healthy. That's why I want to eat healthy and clean. So that's the reason behind it. And this is another practice that eventually will be to develop this practice that I have here. I'll eventually have it on my website, and I'll have a downloadable version for you to actually start to begin to do that as a practice, and I'll teach you how to create your own version of this. After I finish going through that part of the meditation, I'll open my eyes, and I'll actually pick up the piece of paper, and I'll read through it with the music still on. I will read through this out loud to myself, and it allows me to see the meditation version of this and the written version. And if I find things that I am looking to adjust, I'll adjust them. I typically do it once a month, and then once every year I do a deep meditation on what I want to create. So 2018 is coming up, and I'll be doing that soon, so I can really prime myself for the year 2018. And I'll tell you, 2017, everything I have on this list, 90% I've accomplished. And it was because I knew what I wanted in my life, right? So, and I meditated and was mindful about it every single day. So if things showed up in my life that weren't aligned with what I wanted, I just said no to it, or I said, this isn't really aligning to what I want to create. Again, saying no to it, but knowing what you want is so important. So, and again, a lot of this is different tools that are not in the blog below, but I think you'll appreciate the blog that's below. And please read that and share it and like it and give it to your friends so they can create value in their lives as well. And after that, I have a bunch of other practices that I've incorporated into my life, like reading a chapter in a book every day, doing something called Course in Miracles, and all these things have allowed me to grow, right? and to continue to practice doing what I say I'm going to do. And it translates into my business, because if I say I'm going to do something in my business and I take it on, I do it. I don't think twice. I've trained my mind that if I say I'm going to do something, I do it. And that's really what we're doing here, is we're training our mind to be good at life. And that is the intention of the video today, is to train, is to be able to provide value to you so you can take on a practice in your life that you can accomplish every single day, and to see that world that you're living in transform because you've taken on these practices. I hope it's been of value. I appreciate you guys for watching and listening. It was a longer video today. I hope you guys got value out of it. And again, please like, share, and comment on the post and read the blog. Thanks so much. Bye.